Hey guys, it's RockTheGolem, and I just wanted to give you all a quick update on what's been going on with my channel lately, which, as you may have noticed, hasn't been that much. There's a very good reason for that, though. As some of you might know, I graduated from college back in January with my degree in graphic design. The problem is that the job market lately has been just terrible. I've been looking for jobs basically since the day I graduated, and unfortunately, no place wants to hire me. And I've been getting the whole battery of excuses for why they won't hire me. Some people say that I don't have enough experience working for other people. Others have said that because at one point I was actually the lead graphic designer and principal of my own company, that I now have too much experience and they can no longer hire me at the entry level. And of course, like any other job, I just got the generic, oh, we're heading in a different direction, or we're going to consider other candidates, and all that sort of stuff. So essentially for the past 8 months, I've been living off of whatever savings I have in the bank. And I'm not gonna lie, it got pretty low at one point. I really had to stretch things very thin in order to be able to survive. But as luck would have it, I actually did end up coming across a job, which then led to me coming across another job, which has now led to me potentially taking on a third job. My mother has this saying, it's never a feast but a famine. Well, apparently I'm on the feast end of things now because I went from being unemployed for the past 8 months to potentially having 3 jobs. And the truth of the matter is that I'm basically doing it to myself. The main job I have I took about a month ago. The second job I have is actually working as a freelance graphic designer, which is what I had been doing to begin with. But I've decided that I'm going to elevate that eventually and create my own company. In the past, I co-owned one with my brother, but that's kind of fallen off, so I've decided that now's the time to establish myself and to move forward with that and see what comes of it. The really nice part is that I already have 4 clients lined up. I just need to finish doing the work for them so I can get started on my own marketing material and then make everything come to fruition as a legitimately established company. So that'll be something for the future. Speaking of the future, the third job I was looking into was actually doing work as a paid professional voice actor. Strangely enough, if you know where to look, the opportunities are out there. And with the amount of work that I've been doing for other people, I figure I may as well try to take it to the next level and see if I can actually start making a little bit of money doing this. The nice part about it too is that all the work I would be doing would be from my studio at home. So even though I would have to work within the confines of someone else's time schedule, I would be able to record things at my own pace. So that's something that I'm interested in doing, but that's not going to be for at least another month or so because I want to bankroll a little bit more money doing the work that I'm doing now before I try to go into that business venture and see if anything comes of that. Speaking of recording for other people, I realize that I owe a number of people lines for different projects that I'm a part of. As of right now, the ones that I have written down are Forgotten Memories, Model Behavior, Fly Away, Free, Severed Prophecy, Dark Rain, Heaven's Gate, and also a Halo Machinima movie that I'm working on that I'm actually not going to disclose the title to, but once it gets closer to completion, I'll let people know about it. I apologize to the directors that I've had to delay stuff for. If you can't tell just from the sound of me, I've been sick most recently. And unfortunately, it's been sick on and off for quite a number of weeks now. Unfortunately, I haven't really had time to rest or recover because of the amount of work I've been having to dedicate elsewhere. And also, my regular job keeps me in contact with people, and I get into situations where, I'm faced with the possibility of, getting sick almost every day. So, as you can tell right now, I'm currently sick. It started out as a sinus infection, which has worked its way into being a stuffy/runny nose and also down into my chest as a cough. You probably won't notice any coughing in this video though because I've done everyone the courtesy of editing them all out. So yes, I do know that I owe you guys these lines. I promise I'm working on them as quickly as I can. In the meantime though, if for any reason you need to replace me or find an understudy for me, however you guys want to proceed with that, I totally understand. For me, it's always been my philosophy when it comes to stuff like this that real life has to come first because this started out mostly as a hobby for me. It's only most recently that I've tried to look into doing it professionally. And I know this probably doesn't set a good precedent for doing work like this on a professional level, having had to delay so many projects. But the truth of the matter is that if this does end up becoming a professional thing, I'm going to have to start cutting back on doing all this fan work on YouTube, because I'm not going to have the time to devote to it anymore, and I don't want to make promises to people that I can't keep. I'm not looking to drop out of any project that I'm currently a part of. I did make promises to people, and I do intend on keeping them, but I don't want to delay a project just because I'm not feeling well or because I have work. And if it's going to be easier for the director to just release me and find someone else to take my place, by all means, do so. In the meantime, though, I'm going to continue to work on these and get them out as quickly as I can. Unfortunately, though, I can't really make any promises on dates for when I'm going to get everything to you guys, and I do apologize for that. But unfortunately, my schedule fluctuates on an almost daily basis, so I have no idea when or if I'll be able to record for something. So please, by all means, if you need to talk to me about something, or if you feel you need to replace me, just let me know. There'll be no hard feelings on my part, and I hope that there won't be any on yours either. Speaking of things that need to be recorded, I have actually been working on something for quite a while. And due to the fact that I've had such a difficult time finding voice actors to help me out, I haven't been able to put it out. So I'm basically going to tell everyone right now what it is. The plan I had was to fandub a scene from the Studio Ghibli movie Princess Mononoke. The scene that I had in mind is the very first time we meet Lord Akoto, not the one where he's on the mountainside, the one where he's actually coming into the forest and he speaks with Ashitaka and Moro. The issue I've been having is that when I first came up with this idea, I had a solid cast in mind. I knew who I wanted to play every part, and I knew they'd be able to pull it off. The problem is that from day one, I have had such a difficult time finding people that could actually do it, because every single one of the members of the original cast flaked out on me in some way. The person I initially had selected to play Ashitaka hasn't been active on YouTube for quite a while, and I actually haven't heard from him via messaging in not as long, but it's been a fairly good amount of time that I am kind of concerned about him. He's actually my friend outside of voice acting, and to have gone this long without actually hearing word from him, it's gotten me a little concerned. But as far as the rest of the cast goes, the girl that I had lined up to play Moro decided that she wanted to kind of drift away from voice acting and focus more on cosplaying. The girl that I had lined up for San said she would do the part, and I gave her the script, and she didn't end up recording or getting back to me on anything. Thankfully, I found people to replace San and Moro, and amazingly enough, they have set in their lines, and I have my lines for Akoto recorded because, that was the role I wanted to play. So I've got 3 out of the 4 characters recorded for. I just need someone to play Ashitaka. And for the life of me, I can't find anybody, and I've exhausted every resource I have, and outside of a very core group of voice actors, I don't really know many other people who do voice acting, especially someone who could pull off an Ashitaka voice that I would be looking for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep looking. But in the meantime, I want you guys to consider this an open casting call. If you feel like you could do a voice that sounds like it could make a convincing Ashitaka, by all means, feel free to get in contact with me. Let me know that you are able and willing to help out. Hell, email me an MP3 with a sample line. It can be any line from the movie. Just show me you can do it. Basically, once I get Ashitaka in, I can lay everything out, put the soundtrack music in, do all the sound effects that I need. I can get this thing out easily inside of a week. And I would love to have something like this out, because I have not done an anime fandub for my own channel in quite some time. And I've had this planned out for, I don't even remember how long. I would love to get this done and, start working on the next thing that I want to do for myself. So if anyone feels like they could help me out, or if you know someone who you think could help me out, give me their contact information, give them mine, get us into contact with each other somehow. I would greatly appreciate it. I'll even throw a special thank you into the description for you. Speaking of recording for my own channel though, I actually have a fun little thing planned for the month of October. The reason why I've put it for October is twofold. One is that last year I wanted to do a cover of a song for Halloween, but for various reasons never got around to doing it, and that primarily had to do with school. This year I would like to get it done. So what I want to do is every Friday in the month of October, I want to do a different Disney villain song as a cover. I already have a few planned out. The problem I'm faced with is that there are 5 Fridays in October, and Friday is the night that I want to release all these covers on. Why Friday? Because Halloween is a Friday night, so every other cover is going to be as well. So if you haven't figured it out already, the Halloween cover is going to be Oogie Boogie's theme song from The Nightmare Before Christmas. That means I need 4 other villain songs to cover for the rest of the month. The songs that I have lined up are Be Prepared from The Lion King, Friends on the Other Side from The Princess and the Frog, and the Prince Ali reprise from Aladdin. So I need a 4th one, and I almost kind of wish I hadn't covered Hellfire a while ago, because that would have been perfect to fill that 5th slot. So now the problem I'm faced with is that I'm trying to find a Disney villain song to fill that 5th week, but I can't think of one. And I'm being a little nitpicky when it comes to it too. Someone actually suggested Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. The problem is that Gaston himself really doesn't sing all that much in the song, and it's a whole chorus of guys singing. I'm having a hard enough time getting people to fandub 2 to 3 lines for this Princess Mononoke thing. I'm fully convinced there's no way that I'm going to be able to get a chorus of guys together for anything. So one of the prerequisites I'm looking for with these songs is that it's just one person singing the whole time. The other thing I'm being picky about is that I would actually like the song to have been sung by a male villain for, obvious reasons. Could I do a gender-bent version of one? Sure. I mean, people do it all the time. I could do it too. I really don't want to. If I don't have to resort to that, I'm not going to. And see, here's where I'm making the problem for myself, because I think by having those restrictions, there are no other songs for me to use that meet those requirements. So I've been racking my brain. I've even been asking other people that I voice act both with and for that I know are avid Disney fans, and even they're having a hard time trying to come up with stuff for me. I mean, even if it's a little obscure, like something I haven't thought of, feel free to suggest it to me. I could really use some help on this one. I've been doing research on Google, I've been racking my brain, and I've been prodding the minds of other people, and I'm coming up with nothing. I would really love to have 5 covers for the month of October. My last resort is that if I can't come up with anything, I just won't do one for, maybe the first week. I'll just have to do 4 weeks instead of 5. I don't know, we'll have to see how that goes. But having said all of that, I'm gonna cut it here and say thank you all for listening, if you've listened the whole time, which I pray you have, and if you have, you're awesome. I appreciate it so much, the fact that you guys have, been with me through the past 2 years of working on this channel. Slow as the progress may have been, I appreciate it anyway. I'm up over 430 subscribers right now. I would love to hit 500, and should I hit that mark, I know I said I wanted to do a fan tribute when it came to either 250 or 300. I've blown both of those out of the water at this point, so I'm now holding off until 500. And I'd always said that once I hit 500, I wanted to do a Q&A video, give people an opportunity to ask me questions, get to know me a little bit better, and really kind of poke and prod at me and, get to the nitty-gritty of who I am, why I'm doing this, and basically just to ask me whatever it is you guys feel like. So here's the deal. I get to 500, I'm going to post a video saying that I'm having a Q&A. It's going to be open up to anyone. You don't even have to be a subscriber to the channel to ask me a question. You'll be able to message me directly. You can email me, however it is you want to go about it. Tell your friends about it. Give me as many questions as you want. I want to make this video as long as possible. And God willing, if there are enough questions, I might actually do multiple videos, which if I have enough questions for that to be a possibility, I'm going to be excited off of that premise alone. So let's see what we can do. Let's get me to 500 so I can put that video out, and let's see what we can make happen with it. Alright guys, thank you very much for listening. I'm going to go pound down some hot tea because my throat is killing me right now. Take care, guys.